And I looked this over, I didn't see anything.
It's to be set for February 27th, 2025.
Is that, it was for this matter, so did I not fill in the details?
Well, it's just that it was on the same day as the meeting happened.
Can I take a peek?
Yeah,
Cause my computer's.
I
not-
didn't see that.
Okay. Oh, yeah, so let me edit those and I'll resubmit. So it should be that, I needed to make a new bullet, I apologize, everyone, for this matter,
Okay,
for 3/27 for March 27th.
For March.
So I'll make that edit. I'll resubmit, we'll reapprove next meeting.
okay,
Okay.
that's good.
Thank you.
All right, so we're done with that. Now the agenda has on it that we'll open a public hearing first, but we're going to we need to make a couple of determinations on this matter that's before us, which is a subdivision application for 71 South Street. And before we hear from the public, we have to make a couple of determinations. We have to classify this as either as a minor review, a minor subdivision or a major subdivision. And we have to decide that we have sufficient materials in front of us to make that determination. I've looked these over and I think Tom has looked them over carefully. And I don't see any reason that we need any more information on this. It seems to cover all the bases. So I think in terms of having the proper materials in front of us to make a determination and for the public to be able to adequately review what is before us tonight, I think we have enough. Does anybody have anything that they'd like to add or comment on about that? Okay, so I would take a motion that we approve the application as complete. If someone would do that.
I'll move.
Is there a second? Any further discussion? Okay, all in favor? Okay, it's unanimous and so the materials are complete. The next thing we have to do is, after having looked at the complete materials, is determine whether this is a minor subdivision or a major subdivision. And it's a pretty straightforward determination. There's a series of questions in section 420 of the subdivision regs that we have to answer. And if we answer them all no, then it means that it's a minor subdivision. And these are questions like, are any new roads required? Are any sewer extensions not into the property, but sewer extensions for the village necessary, and things like that? And none of the things that would trigger a major subdivision determination are involved in this application. So unless any of you have comments to suggest that there is something about this that requires a determination of it being major, I'd like to get a motion that we determine this to be a minor subdivision application, and then we'll review it according to the terms of the minor subdivision section. Motion for minor subdivision. Yeah.
Sorry, I just have one question. One of the questions wasn't answered on if it's consistent with the adopted comprehensive plan. That question just wasn't answered.
Okay, yeah, and that'll be on the environmental review.
Oh, that's the
Right.
environmental review. I'm sorry.
Yep, but
Okay.
but that, it does
Then I'll
need to be
second.
answered, but I think we know the answer to that
Yes.
question. Yeah,
Right.
so,
Okay.
okay. All right, was there a second to that motion?
I will second.
Okay, all in favor? Aye. Okay, so it's a minor subdivision, and that means it's subject to a much more streamlined review. It's what allows us to basically consolidate what would normally take a couple of months to about a month from application to actual decision. And so what we do now is we review the materials in front of us. We have reviewed the materials in front of us, and what I'd like to do now is pause our regular meeting and then open a separate public hearing about this, which we're required to do, even for a minor subdivision. So we need a motion to do that, to open the public hearing on the 71 South Street subdivision application.
I'll move to open the public hearing on 71 South Street.
Thank you.
I'll second.
Okay, it's been moved and seconded. Any discussion? Okay, so the public hearing is officially open. Has anyone signed in from the public on the,
There's no one online,
No?
no
Okay.
any written comment.
no written comments? And I assume that we have the applicants in front of us and no other members of the public. So I'm going to make a really difficult call here of that there are no comments on this subdivision application. So now we need a motion to close the public hearing.
I will move to close the public hearing on 71 South Street.
You
There
you have
go.
to do
Gotta get
something.
that out.
All right, and further discussion. Okay, all in favor of closing the public hearing? Aye. Okay, public hearing is closed and we're now to the point where we can make a decision. As Michelle noted, we do need to take, as part of that process, we do need to take a look at the short environmental form and make sure that everything is covered in that. And let's see, where is that question, Michelle?
It's on the second page of the application at the top,
Page 2.
number 5.
Number
5B just wasn't checked.
Oh, gotcha. Okay. That's why I'm writing. 5B and consistent with the adopted comprehensive plan. Yeah, since this is a subdivision, basically it's yikes, not good. All right. It just involves drawing a line. It doesn't really have any, significance in terms of the comprehensive plan. Because the comprehensive plan basically incorporates the subdivision regulations. So.
Yeah, I meant to. Require that before I handed it to him.
All right, great. Okay, so we've done that. Now, would you like to make a short presentation about this application? You're certainly entitled to do so. No, it's just up to you.
Well, basically, the property at present belongs to my mom, and it will belong to me. The plan for the property, I did a little narrative there, said it is to build a ground level duplex
Mhm.
with the idea that it's gonna be rented one bedroom to somebody that's a couple or
Mhm.
some single senior citizen. The
Mhm.
plan is to keep it all ground level, no steps.
Mhm.
Keep the bathroom like shower, walk in, no tubs, put handrails and stuff in there.
Mhm.
That type of stuff's pretty important. I kind of, when my dad got sick, I realized how particularly important that stuff really is.
Yes,
when you're
yes.
Taking care of somebody and stuff. And
Mhm.
so that's the goal, is to, and to keep the neighborhood quiet. We don't need a bunch of.
Oh, you never know about those seniors.
We are with water and sewer. onto
Okay.
The property. With the idea that it's gonna be approved. I did that because they were blacktopping South Street,
Right.
and I really didn't want them to have to dig up that brand new blacktop, but then so we
Well, that was.
did it last fall. I got P and S excavating there to the property there. They came in and put that across in an expedient manner before they blacktop that, so that we didn't want to ruin our new road. So
Yeah, no, that's good. I'm sure the
they went
DPW.
and dig it up 6 months after they put the blacktop down, so we got it on there, so that's all done. And That's about it. That's just what the plan is. I know in 1995. My mom and dad, Tom and Jackie Ferretti, they went in front of the planning board and had that put in as a lot for a future build.
Mhm.
Never became, but now it's time.
Right, right. Okay. Any questions for the applicant? Okay, well, there being no questions, that means we can take a motion to approve the subdivision application. Is there a motion?
I'll move to approve.
I can second.
Thank you. Further discussion? Okay, all in favor? Aye. All right, it is unanimously approved. Congratulations. Yeah. Nice. Yeah. Now, what will happen now is that on, the official documents, our professional staff will take care of, what needs to be done to satisfy the Tompkins County Clerk's office before that can be filed. Part of that'll be that I'll have to sign it,
The original.
the original, right? And so that'll take what, a few days?
Yes.
Yeah, okay. But we might even be able to do it tonight if you've got the original. Okay, well, we may be able to take care of all that formality,
Okay.
although it's up to the clerk,
Yeah,
because that's your
Yeah,
arena.
we can do that.
Okay, good.
You have
Somewhere
to go there.
around that 1995.
I'll do that after.
Oh, this goes.
Yeah,
It looks like it was
Here, wait.
done with the Declaration of Independence.
well, it has to look official, right? A little bit vintage. Yeah, right.
Yeah, the person that signed it passed away years ago. That was Andrew Scott. He
Uh-huh,
lived, where my ice cream store used to be.
right.
He was my neighbor.
Yeah.
I knew him quite well.
Yeah, yeah.
And,
Yeah, oh, we'll do it after. We can wait.
okay.
Okay. So there's no further business, in terms of, you all, we have some old business and some new business, but,
Now, should I leave some of these stamped copies? I have?
You should, because we'll keep one of that original and you'll want to trot something down to county planning. Where they register it, and then you'll probably want one for yourself.
Let's see, we got. 4 in here. How many would you?
Two,
Not too many gonna wear out Rick's right hand.
two, two.
two, all right.
If you guys keep one for me and one to go then.
Yep.
Okay.
Thank you.
So we're okay to leave then?
Yes. That's the original of
Thank you very much.
the, thank you. That's not the,
No.
this one.
So we-
I just wanted to look.
Good luck. An actual blueprint.
Yeah, right.
Oh, you're looking at.
Oh, yeah, this is the original. actually.
It's blue, right?
Yeah,
Awesome.
Yeah, that's.
and that's the embossed, yeah, look at that. Wow,
Thanks for
there we
being a
go.
long standing family.
Yeah, really.
That's an old one, yeah,
That's
I
great.
got another one here, and it's like. Yeah, I go to open, when I first went to open, I was hoping it wasn't gonna fall apart, I was like, oh my god.
And we don't need that. We
Let's just get it back to him when he gets the
Okay,
money.
the package.
Yeah.
I've
Sounds good.
got others,
Okay,
Okay,
I think I have 2.
okay.
all right. All right, thank you very
Need it
much.
For nostalgia.
Okay,
Thank you very much.
thanks much. Okay, now the next items on here are old business and new business. I don't think we have any old business. I do think we have some new business though, which is that we're going to be losing our stalwart member, Joe Kuchar. And
I'm sorry about that.
Joe, yeah, we're sorry about it too.
I like
you've-
this group. I like it. I like being a part.
Well, you've been a wonderful member and great contributor, not the least of which reason is that you've been willing to be on the zoning revision committee, and I know that that is an involved and difficult task, but it's critical for the village, obviously.
And now Ben's gonna be looking for somebody, and we had a meeting last night, and I told Ben that I would bring up that fact at this
Yeah.
meeting and
Yeah.
put in a plug for somebody, maybe it
Yeah.
is good. to
Well,
have
when the
something
mayor,
from
when the mayor put that committee together, which now is like, God, I don't even know, 6 or 7 years ago. One of his commands was that each of the zoning board and the planning board each have representatives on it. And so, yeah, we'll
It would be
have to
great.
follow
It's-
through on that.
Yeah, it's a very nice group of people and a very the process is good and everybody works really well together on that committee and
Mhm.
just like this group, we're blessed in this village with some really good character people and I apologize, I should have given way more notice to this committee and to Warden about that I didn't intend to go past my term. I found out in the fall, we've had a lot of personal things going on in our
Mhm.
family life and I knew I wasn't gonna continue, but for some odd reason, I kept meaning to like say Jessica went, but in my head, it was like my wife always says, you just make stuff up and think it's true. I was thinking it was like in July or the end of the year, and it just when Warden reached out and said, we're gonna do our and I was shocked, but so I do apologize for that. But
Well, you know
thank you.
that old Mark Twain saying about the older you get, the more clearly you remember things that never happened.
But I'll leave knowing we got a great group here. Yeah, so we need
Well, we'll
somebody
miss
for the
you.
planning board and somebody for Ben's committee.
So that could be the same person.
Yeah.
I mean. So, I don't know, to the CPCR.
You had
You had that once, and that's it.
Yeah.
Once a month though, right?
It's once a month and to be honest, Ben Darkler does like 90, he's the heavy lifter. He comes very prepared. He does a lot of research every month. He puts a lot of stuff out there for us to look at. And it's really well thought out. But he does, like I say, 90. He's comfortable with us showing up. I think he wants to seek the input of the group and have a diverse group of input. And we had really good conversations. But it's not a ton.
Right.
It's you do have to come to another meeting.
And Rick, in the beginning, did we just, as planning board, just go occasionally? Like, do you, I don't know, it's your decision anyway, but is it necessary to go every meeting, do you think, Joe?
Actually, it's not, I don't have anything to do with it. Actually, it's the mayor.
Oh, to have them come, okay.
Yeah.
Well, to have them be a part of it, but
But
Yeah,
I'm wondering
right.
if it, I don't
I
know.
mean, I would.
And I think you're correct, Jessica, in the what would you call it, embryonic stages. It was just, it would be great to have somebody from the planning board come to the meeting periodically.
Periodically,
Yeah,
like when they
that was
had a
the
thing,
Mhm.
yeah,
And then it became solid.
okay.
I think, yeah, you'd have to ask Ben how he felt about that, but my answer would be, I think it kind of is important to be there every month because the conversations, they get excruciatingly detailed.
Sure.
And they kind of, it's a process. And so if you're talking about signage for 2 months, at some point you have to come to a decision about how far they can protrude out onto the street. And if you've missed the prior conversations, it's.
Well, the thing is that for, when the issues that you address in a zoning ordinance come up in a specific situation, it's like, that's the most important thing in the world to that person.
Well,
And if
it's
it's not exactly right, they're like, what
I've
do we do?
learned so much and it is
Yeah.
exceedingly important to
Yeah.
have,
Yeah.
proper verbiage and
Mhm.
specific, and I've really learned a lot. And it's, you know, it is important for the village to have.
Well, and it's a daunting document. Come on, you know, gee. However many pages. Yeah.
She's a great editor and always has good ideas and,
Who is this?
Kathy Clement.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, and I mean, we're on commercial now. You know, that's what
Mm.
we've been working our way through.
Yeah.
But last night we were talking about, you know, this downtown core and, you know, typically right now in the zoning, you can't have any residential, you know, on the first floor. But but we talked about, well, could you have it like behind though? You know,
Sure,
like,
back half.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, so that's permissible, you know, yeah, or should be. But so that's kind of. We're looking for more housing. It doesn't hurt to have, if somebody's doing a building, to have some apartments behind. There are some now.
Mhm.
Well, there were some before too,
Yeah.
just that they were in place well before the time there were secrets.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
And we granted a variance for one of the properties on West Main in the business district to have a dwelling in the back.
yeah.
On the first floor. But
Yeah.
it's a lot clearer now, it's part of the rule.
And just like this group, I mean, these people here tonight, I mean, they're trying to do something and it's important, right,
Mhm.
for us to be here and
My apartment was not compliant according to the old plans.
the one you're in now.
Yeah. Ground floor in the business district, down in the back, so.
Yeah, well, you know, the lots are all long and narrow. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so thank you, Joe. It's been a pleasure.
I
It's been a
appreciate
pleasure.
it. I appreciate it very much. Thank
Yeah.
you.
Great. Okay, I don't think we have any further business unless anyone wants to bring anything up. So how about if I make the motion to adjourn? So moved. Second,
I'll second it.
all in favor?
Yes.
I should have let you make the motion.
I'm happy to second.
Oh, all right. So